Good afternoon. This is Scott Surdy from the Google cohort EST 525 Western Suffolk BOCES. The second half of my presentation today is going to discuss the use of Autocrat with sheets, which is a very useful skill for creating a document. So right off the bat, Autocrat is an add-on, which I will show you a little bit later on. But in order for an Autocrat to work very well, in my experience, you need to start with a form. So the form that I created was, as a tech teacher, I collect a lot of data from the children. And one of the things at the end of every project, I have them self-evaluate themselves using a rubric. And the old-fashioned way was I used to collect the rubrics. You know, it looked something like this. They would put the name, they would circle, and then I would collect them and, do it all by paper. Well, this year I've learned to use this thing called Autocrat, and it's kind of really made my life a lot easier, and it's actually made the experience a little bit more enjoyable for the children. So what I've learned to do is create a form. So here's the form that you see here. Okay, I collect first name, last name, the period. And with the period, it's nice. I make these are actually choose from a list, which is nice. So you know what class you're in. All these are choose from a list, all the different point values. I have the values here, but when I do the lesson, this will also be up on the board, so they'll be able to see. But if you missed a day or if you're not there, it's still right. They can still do this at home because all the information's right there. And one of the last components of all my projects is I have a little kind of test their understanding. And these are the four boxes. I used to have them write a separate essay and things like this. Now I'm just going to have them answer the questions right in here. So basically the form that the students will use, basically like this, I already pre-populated it to save some time. My name, I put period 1, just scored myself. Where's the catapult get it from the sun? I just threw some quick answers in there. Doesn't really matter. Then you're going to hit submit. The child will then hit submit. They've done this a million times. Okay, once that happens, a form is created, like with any sheet. So if I go back to the sheet, here, responses, I'm going to view the responses. And it comes up into a nice Google sheet. And if you notice, the important things to notice are you got a timestamp so you know if they completed it on time. The username, which is going to be very, very important down the road. The name, the period, how many points, how much effort. And there are all the other answers, in which you'll see what's going to happen with this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it here. Now that I have it, I'm going to insert a column to the right. And I'm going to rename this one grade. So now, very simply, I'm going to use the value of sheets. Just like it equals the sum of these 4 columns. Just again. I don't know what happened here. Hold on. I'll do it like this. Sum of F2 to I2. There you go. So then you have the grade. Perfect. So now I have all the data I'm going to need to do something. Now, at this point, you're almost ready to go to Autocrat. But before you do that, you have to know what your output wants to look like. So right here, I created a template. And the template was basically pieces of what I showed you the other day earlier. And I kind of redid it to make it work better for this. And everything you see here in carrots corresponds to a field on here. So last name, first name, last name, period. How many points? So basically, so what I usually just do is, like I typically take this, right click, I hit Command C, I copy it, then I go to my rubric, and I pasted it, and I put carrots on both sides. If you double caret it, that's what you have to do. And you'll see in a few moments how that really helps us out. All right, and I added this little photo catapult for extra credit. This is the way the kids take a picture of that catapult. And that's why they have to remember, and I get to see what it looks like. So I remember, so I could help give them a good grade. So, I'm going to go run the add-on now to show you guys. So, the add-on is called Autocrat. So, I already have it installed. So, I'm going to hit launch. Okay, it's working right now. It takes a few minutes to... Comes up over here. Okay, I'm going to create a new merge job. So it's just basically what this does, it creates something very similar to like a mail merge. If you ever done a mail merge before, it works really well. So it tells me to choose a template. So from the drive, I'm going to choose a template. So in the Western Suffolk BOCES, I have the template right here. I'm going to hit select. Okay, name the merge job. I'm going to call this Western Suffolk BOCES. Good. Hit set. And it's loading. Okay. All right. And basically, you don't really have to touch much of this because it's all pretty set up already. Because this is all corresponds. If you wanted to change things around, but you know, if you want to shorten the headers, you could. I usually try not to. I find when you start changing around the headers, it gets a little hairy. So I hit save here. Okay. So what I do is I highlight this here. Now you got to, because the kid's going to get a document. So I just use their username. So I hit Command C, hit Command V. It's going to create a Google Doc for the kids. And they'll get it emailed to, once again, Command V, to the username, the subject. We're going to call this that catapult rubric. And here is your rubric. So they're going to get this document mailed to them. Included merge document. It's not going to be a view only. It's going to be an editable Google Doc because they're going to need to put their picture in. Okay, and you hit save. Okay, and for fun, we're gonna hit. If I wanted to run the merge, I could, but right now we're just gonna preview it, which will basically you'll see what it's gonna look like. And basically, the children get this document sent to them. So it gives them their grade. It has the scores from their rubric, the answer from their essay question, and then because I made it editable, they'll be able to put their photo in here. It's a really, really useful tool if you're a science teacher for getting lab data. For a lot of different things. I love it as a tech teacher. It makes it very easy for me to get all my data in one place. I'm going to close this out real quick. And what else I like about this is, for my other projects, allows me to collect the data and allows me to make spreadsheets and things like that. All right. I hope you enjoyed the my Autocrat discussion, and have a good day.